Hello everyone. We are learning about the methods of finding maxima and minima of the functions. In the previous video, we have learnt about the first method, that was without using derivative to find out the maxima and minima. In this video, we will be learning about the first derivative test. It means to find the maxima and minima of a function by using first derivative. We have already discussed about this in the previous videos, and that was how first derivative is used to find maxima minima. What is the concept of it, we have learned. Before learning about the application of first derivative test, let's revise the concept. See, we had taken one of the function y equal to fx, and we found that the curve of this was going like this. Then these 2 points x1 and x2 were known as the points of local maxima and local minima. If we draw the tangents to the curve at these points, we found that the tangents were parallel to the x-axis, and then we had dy by dx at such points was 0 at this point here. These were known as the critical points. x1 and x2 are the critical points at which dy by dx is equal to 0. Then we found that for x1, in the left hand neighborhood, dy by dx is greater than 0, and in the right hand neighborhood, dy by dx is less than 0. Here we had dy by dx is greater than 0, and here we had dy by dx is less than 0. On this side of this x2, we found dy by dx is greater than 0 because the function is increasing here, decreasing here, and again increasing here. For x2, in the neighborhood, that is left hand neighborhood, dy by dx is less than 0, and in the right hand neighborhood, dy by dx is greater than 0. Hence, we could say that if dy by dx changes from positive to negative, then it is the point of local maxima. And if dy by dx changes from negative to positive, then it is the point of local minima. Let's learn the algorithm for the first derivative test. For a function y equal to fx, first we have to find out the derivative dy by dx. Then in the second step, we will find the critical points. Find the critical points by using dy by dx equal to 0. Then in the third step, we will find the value of dy by dx in the left hand neighborhood and the right hand neighborhood of all these critical points. Find the sign of dy by dx on left hand neighborhood and right hand neighborhood of all critical points. Then in the fourth step, we will decide the points of maxima and minima by finding if sine of dy by dx changes from positive to negative, then that is the point of maxima. And if sine of dy by dx changes from negative to positive, then it is the point of minima. If the sine of dy by dx remains same in both, that is left hand neighborhood and right hand neighborhood, then that is the point of inflection. And in the fifth step, we can find y maxima and y minima by putting those values of local maxima and local minima in y. Let's learn now the application of first derivative test by solving some problems. And the first one here is find the maximum and minimum values of the function fx equal to x cube minus 6x square plus 9x plus 4. When we go for the solution of it, we write y equal to fx equal to x cube minus 6x square plus 9x plus 4 the function. Then in the first step, we will differentiate this with respect to x, differentiating with respect to x. We get dy by dx equal to 3x square minus 12x plus 9. If we take 3 common, it is x square minus 4x plus 3. If we factorize it, the factors will be x minus 3 and x minus 1. Next step is to find the critical points. So we'll write for critical points dy by dx equal to 0. It means 3 into x minus 3 into x minus 1 equal to 0, from which we get the value of x is equal to 3 and 1. Therefore, the critical points are x equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. Now to see the value of dy by dx or sine of dy by dx on the left hand neighborhood and right hand neighborhood, we can mark these points on the number line. This is 1 and this is 3. And we can very well see for the left hand neighborhood, if x is less than 1, we will find this will be negative and this is also negative. So minus into minus will be plus. So we can use the sign of plus because dy by dx will be positive on the left hand neighborhood of 1. When we go to the right hand neighborhood of it, we find this will be positive and this is negative. And hence the product of them will be negative. So the sign on this will be negative. When we go in the right hand neighborhood of 3, more than 3, if we put the value of x, this will be positive and this is also positive. Positive into positive will be positive. So we find the sign here also plus. So we can write the sign of dy by dx changes as this we can see. It means what? We are finding and this is the point of local maxima and this is the point of local minima. Since the sign here changes from positive to negative and here it is negative to positive. So we can write therefore local maxima at x is equal to 1 and local minima at x is equal to 3. And now we can find out these values. So we can write y maximum is equal to f1. If we substitute the value 1 here, this will be 1 minus 6 plus 9 plus 4. it is 14 minus 6, that is 8. And y minimum is f3. f3 here comes as 27 minus 54 plus 27 plus 4, which comes equal to 4. So we have got the maximum value of y is 8 and minimum value is 4. So we can write here y maximum is equal to 8 and y minimum is equal to 4. Like this, by using the first derivative test, we can find out the maximum and minimum values of the function. The second problem we can take, find the maximum value of fx is equal to 2 sin x plus 3 in the interval 0 to pi, that is open interval. And when we find the solution of it, we write the function first of all, y equal to fx equal to 2 sin x plus 3, and that too we have to see in the interval 0 to pi. Then for the first step we differentiate with respect to x, and we are getting dy by dx is equal to 2 cos x plus 0, that is 2 cos x. Now for critical points, we take dy by dx equal to 0, it means 2 cos x equal to 0, which implies cos x equal to 0. It means we are getting the value of x as pi by 2 in the interval 0 to pi. It's the only one value we are getting. Now we will plot this point on the number line pi by 2 and see in the left hand neighborhood and in the right hand neighborhood what are the sign of dy by dx. In the left hand neighborhood we can write left hand neighborhood, that is pi by 2 minus what we find dy by dx is equal to 2 cos of pi by 2 minus h, we can say, where h is a very small positive number. And we see pi by 2 minus theta means it lies in the first quadrant, and in the first quadrant we see it is positive, so we can say dy by dx is greater than 0. So this is positive here. If we go to the right hand neighborhood, in right hand neighborhood, that is pi by 2 plus, we find dy by dx is equal to 2 cos of pi by 2 plus h. It comes in the second quadrant, and we know in second quadrant cos theta is negative. It means we are finding dy by dx is less than 0, so it is negative on the right side. It means dy by dx is changing the sign from positive to negative, so this is the point of local maxima. So we find dy by dx changes from positive to negative. This implies that x is equal to pi by 2 is the point of local maxima. So now we can find out y maximum. Therefore y maximum is equal to f pi by 2, and that is equal to 2 sine of pi by 2 plus 3. It means 2 into 1 plus 3, because sine pi by 2 is 1, and that comes as 5. So we have seen the value of y, that is maximum value is 5. I think by the solution of these problems you might have understood how to apply first derivative test to find out maxima and minima of the given functions. Thanks for watching my video. If you have any comments or doubts, leave them in the comment box and I will get back to you.